Hello Taurus and welcome to Soul Sundays. Taurus, it's a quick 3-card spread for your week ahead, so let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Taurus. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear for the week ahead. Spirit, can I please have one card? There it is. Queen of Angels, Queen of Swords, Visionary, beautiful. One card for their physical body message for the week ahead, please. Taurus, this looks good. I'm getting a lot of messages coming through. Thank you. Sunlight. For those that are in the northern hemisphere and it's fall for you, it's telling you to get out in the sun, enjoy the sun while it's still there. For those in spring, you really should get out and socialise, particularly if you have children. Okay, so Queen of Angels, Queen of Swords. Typically, you guys will know that this card in tarot represents that queen that's quite harsh. She has a hand out. This is like, come tell me the truth. I'm going to cut off your head. She's very quick-witted, very intelligent, but it can also be a card that's associated with loneliness and misfortune, okay? Someone who tends to isolate themselves a little bit. For you, I think for this week, your mindset's very much on, how do I say this? Finding your true self again, right? Wading through the bullshit and figuring out what's true for you. It's described as the card of visionary. So what I like about this card, it's connected to heart and soul, and she's really trying to go within and try and find her balance, right? So for you, I really think this week's a lot about finding out your truth and everyone else's BS. And sometimes that can be hard to bear when you're living with a partner who tells you the same story over and over again, when you're living with someone who is a good friend, but you know that they're not being true to themselves, that kind of thing, okay? And I know that your message for last week, I think, from memory, was the truth needs to be heard or something along those lines. Well, this is asking you to now really find your truth within the BS, right? I'm going to read to you what it says from the book. It says, play with the power of your imagination and positive thought. Create a vision for your life and project it through every cell in your body. So when you wade through the crap and you find what's actually true for you, then you're able to go, okay, now what life do I want to live? How do I want this to look? How does this affect me, right? And then you can start to imagine what's best for you. Then you can start to visualize what kind of life you want to have. But you need to ascertain that truth first. The meaning of the Queen of Angels is about an encounter with your imagination, right? It's about you actually showing up and accepting a situation for what it is and taking notice of it. Address the situation with clear, positive thinking, the book says. New information will not fit the fantasy you have in your head. Go with it and allow this material to clarify what is right for you. Justifications and analytical conclusions will be impossible to uphold if they do not reflect your true feelings. Your imagination and thoughts will feel expansive, exciting, maybe even a little scary, but absolutely true and authentic in your heart and mind. What did I say? It's about getting to the truth of what you believe and what your core is. Sunlight, my dear loves. It's time to get out in the sun. Just even if you physically do stuff that's normally in a gym, or let's say you go rock climbing in a rock climbing gym or something like that, whatever it is, whatever your thing is for you, maybe even dancing salsa, whatever it is, right? This is the card to say get out and do it outdoors, get some sun. And if you don't have any kind of workout practice, or you don't do yoga, or you don't have anything like that, you're saying, Ali, I don't do any of those things, then just get out and go for a walk, okay? Do something where you can get a little bit of sunlight each day this week, even if it's just 10 minutes in the morning, because I think it's really going to re-energize you. It's going to give you the energy you need to be able to see through the BS, to be able to now create your path forward. Does that make sense? Brilliance, the card of brilliance. This one's been coming up a little bit in the last few weeks, but I think it's a message for everyone in their spiritual development as we get closer and closer to Christmas. Can you believe we're already talking about the end of the year? My goodness. But this is again talking about, it ties in beautifully with this card, right? About you getting to the core of what is BS and figuring out what is your future. Only when you get through to the core of the BS and accept things as they are can you then start to visualize and create your future. And sometimes it's about a fear of success. We self-sabotage ourselves because we fear being successful. What does that mean if I actually kick that goal and ace that exam? What does that look like if I actually leave my partner and start a new life? What does it look like if I actually ask that person to marry me? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll read it to you. It says, positive change respects the past and the future. Put your thinking cap on and brainstorm. Now's the time to step outside of conformity and well-meaning advice. Creative energy is generated through conversation and play. Be prepared for loud applause and the upcoming criticism. Experimentation recharges an interest. A sudden realization brings a dramatic change. So there you go. I think for one group of you this week, Taurus, one of you is deciding to make a change within your life, and another one of you is deciding to recharge, to realize your worth, your brilliance, recharge with some sunlight, and start refocusing on kicking your goals. A week of kicking goals, Taurus. I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.